my fiance, she's old like me. She calls it TikTok.
Oh my God, Mike! Look at
Yes,
this!
indeed.
Unbelievable!
Shirts.
Oh my God! What are you gonna sign? He's like speechless. He wants to promote it because his wife went through a lot of aggravation to make these for us. Yeah, you better. Pressure's on, motherfucker. You're going home to her.
She's at home making them right now. I got in a sweatshop.
She's sewing them.
Sewing them by hand. But yeah,
you better.
We got
pressure
these shirts.
on the plug. Pressure on the plug.
we got these shirts. You guys want to check them out? We're selling them. $188. No.
There you go.
$20. Let us know in the comments. You know, if you want to get one, you can check them out there. We have these shirts. We can have them in hoodies.
Do you know the website offhand? It's off your girl's website.
It's off the girl's show, Momco. You can catch them on momco.com. That's where
spell that.
Mom, I'm sure you all, if you can't spell mom, I don't want you wearing my shirt anyway. But just co. Momco.com. Just mom and then dot and then co. Don't spell dot, put just the dot, okay? I don't know how many stupid people we got watching us, but we appreciate them too. But we can get it in any color you want. We have hoodies as well because we're in Philly, and we can put them on. We can put them on bras. It'll be Mike and Steve right here. Whatever you need, panties, thongs. I'm gonna bring some of those next time. We can put them out here, and we can put them on whatever you want. And
what we learned in this advertisement is Mike will never do a commercial for cable television.
HBO. That's where I do mine. It's HBO.
Thank you, Adriana, for making these shirts for us. Really, we really do appreciate it. And,
I told her that too. I had to do something really nasty for these to come out. So I hope you guys really,
my man, there you go.
Really, he talking about my man. He didn't have to do it, but definitely check him out. And you can also, when you come out to our show Tuesday nights, Laughing Fox, you also actually have them for sale there too. And we're thinking about putting some of our funny punchlines on the back of them as well. I didn't think about that. I had a message off one of our posts where I guess I said some joke about if your sex ain't good, rapping and baking or something. I don't remember the things that I say, but in the comments they said that they want it on a shirt. Like there somebody sent me there and said they want it on a shirt.
All right.
So
there's a price put, for everything. Yeah, tell them how much and
another
attach
price
the link. 10 minutes of plugs.
That's good. Yeah, that's how it start.
Oh yeah.
4 minutes and 50 seconds.
There you go. Before 5, we're good. So long as my sex
You know what's
lasts.
crazy though? In today's times, that 4 minutes, that's what your content has to be now. Sketches, web series, everything. Everybody wants shit fast.
Everything fast.
Why is
everything fast? People have no patience.
Crazy.
Social media has made everything quick. I want
Barstool Sports, right? What's that? Dave Portnoy.
Yep.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
He's doing cheesesteak reviews now. Cheesesteak.
They just opened up their sports book is live in PA now, so he's doing a lot of business in Philadelphia.
Where's the sports book?
I don't believe there's a physical sports book just yet, but they're online in the state of Pennsylvania.
Wow.
That's what it is. So he actually donated a shitload of money to Reading Terminal Market during the pandemic to make sure it didn't shut down.
Wow.
Because the food's so good. I respect what that dude's done with the pizza reviews and everything. Have you ever watched them?
No.
I'll text you a link later. But basically, this guy started, what, like 4 or 5 years ago? Brian, he started.
No, they started out as he did like sports bets, like his picks and like articles and stuff like that, and he used to shove them in newspapers around Boston, and he built up this cult following. And then when the internet kind of started to blow up, he was like an early adopter, and that's really where they started. But a lot of people know the pizza reviews.
See, I know him from the pizza reviews. Yeah. So what he does is he travels a lot with work and the business he discovered, and everywhere he goes, he gets a camera set up like this and goes to a famous pizza shop, comes outside, plugs the business, bites into it, and rates it between 1 and a 10.
Oh.
And now he built such a big following that if you get a good review from this guy, your business is going to skyrocket. But if you get a bad review...
So he got rich off judging people. You know I judge people all the time for free? I am not using my talents wisely.
But now he's doing cheesesteak reviews, and I'm like, Why didn't I think of that? I grew up
But
around
cheesesteaks-
cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
I'm a South Philly guy.
Do you have any idea what his highest rated cheesesteak is right now? And would you agree with it being?
John's roast pork. It's the best sandwich in the city by far. That's accurate. Based on the places he's went to.
You can't do that
What's that?
because you're dieting. What are you going? It's going to mess up your diet.
There he goes shitting on my dream. But that's what he's here for.
Yeah.
What's your weight that you want to get to? What's your comfortable weight?
200 even.
Okay.
It's crazy when I tell people how much I weigh. They're like, "Really?"
I know you definitely don't. So how much do you weigh now?
I'm 214.
Oh, that's not bad.
But people are. They say I don't look that.
He don't, but he has a lot of hair gel and it weighs it down. that's what it's doing. That's the problem. It's the hair gel. You cut back on that, you be my size. See if we can get a fat-free hair gel. If there's anybody out there.
So, you never used hair gel before?
No,
Ever?
I don't do nothing. I just
Never?
wake up and I go.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Don't need gel. Black people, we get a nice cut. That's it. A fresh cut.
I told
We're
my
ready.
barber last time I was there, I was like, I want to get up and go. He's like, it ain't happening. He's like, with a thick head of Italian hair, you're never going to get up and go. Just
Really?
face it unless you shave it.
I
and he's like, trust me, you shave it. It might not, at your age, it might not grow back the way you want it to be.
I've never seen a bald Italian. Do they have those?
Oh,
Do they
yeah,
make
they're
those?
around.
I've never seen
Are
one.
you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
And Italians, once they lose their hair, it's over.
I'm not gonna lie, mine is actually starting to thin, kind of in the middle. It's not gone. I'm scared to get haircuts now. That one haircut could be your last one. Like I kind of just want to just let it go. And keep
Well, a
it
lot
up
of it's
I got.
genetics, right?
Yeah, but I don't know my dad, so I'm stuck. Like
It's a guessing game.
it's like
Yeah.
I don't want to guess wrong. Like that.
My dad's just starting to lose his hair in his
yeah?
mid-50s. So,
You got a while.
yeah. Well, I was saying to my barber the other day, like he's, I'm like, Joe, have you seen Bobby? Have you seen Frankie? He's like, they don't come around no more. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, it ain't nothing personal. They just all went bald. So we started laughing.
So now we're not friends anymore.
No. He started laughing. He's like, I haven't seen them in like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
When are they going to come around for? So he's been cutting us since we were 14. So I said, well, what about me? He's like, nah, I think you're a lifer. Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy. You don't realize that. The reputation you have with your barber,
Yeah.
and then it could just end like that.
Yeah, it is.
You know what
I
I'm
remember I was well, I didn't have a father, so my barber was. So that's who I got all my male advice from. For all I know, he could have been my dad. We never know. It's weird, but yeah, that is. You never really think about that. But I just want to tell a story. The first time I saw you without the gel, I remember it was me and Chuck Boner came over to your house to write comedy.
Chuck's a comic in
Yeah.
Philly. He stopped for a while.
And it was hilarious. You look like a 12-year-old. Like it was just out and just when I was like, is your dad home? Like I didn't know if you had a kid or anything. I just had met you, but you really look like a child. You really do. You had glasses on and everything.
See, that's
I almost bullied you.
That's why I get very defensive if people want to look through my phone and look at my pictures because I got there's shit on in my photos that I don't want people to. I rather keep that to myself for whoever I share them pictures with. So if someone grabs my phone that's not supposed to be grabbing it, I get a little defensive.
You're a man. Every man gets scared when their phone is being grabbed. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
know.
all right.
That, and if somebody can get a hold of your Google, if they can find out the things you've looked up.
Your history. What's that called?
Yeah,
Wait, search history.
Yeah, your
Search
search
history.
history.
Woo!
Yeah.
You can delete that. And it's going forever.
I do.
Right, Brian?
That's the
Please tell me it's going. He's shaking his head. No. Please tell me it's going forever.
Absolutely.
Not that I have anything to worry about, but I just tell me it's going forever once you clear that out. Please.
Sure.
Thank you.
You know what else we talking? He's lying to you.
He's so technical and good with the wiring and
You know what else I thought? I think we had a show where you was like the camera on your phone. Like everybody that there's people that can really look through your camera. Remember we had a show about that talking about like the camera never really goes off and like the government and stuff can see.
Yeah, if someone really wanted to get into either your phone or your computer or something, they could definitely do it.
That really messed me up. Last time I was jerking off on Pornhub on my phone, it hit my head, and I just imagined me watching.
Is there a word for watching porn on your phone? I call it risky.
Especially if it's a work phone.
That's what I call it.
A work phone. That's hilarious.
God forbid somebody FaceTimes you and you Dude, that's some risky as shit. If
I
that's
never
what you're
thought
doing,
about that.
think about it.
I don't think about intelligent things when I'm jerking
Think
off.
about, you're all hunched over, sweating. There's a candle on. Bob, is that you? It's like, what the fuck?
You got candles when you do it? You're such a romantic.
I was making.
Such a romantic.
I'm just saying a general thing. I would never light a candle.
He just told on himself. He just told you got a bunch of candles in your house.
No, I'm not a candle guy.
Scented.
No, I'm not a candle. I'm a Lysol disinfection spray.
You do that?
That's it. As I walk out.
Oh, you disinfected?
As I go out of the house. I'm not a big candle guy for smell and all that shit.
You live by yourself. Why'd you have to spray?
I mean, I this time of year you don't sleep with the window open.
Yeah,
it's January.
I do.
It gets stuffy in there, so you got to spray. You got to keep it fresh if you have company. You know.
Oh well, when I usually keep my dick clean, so it doesn't
How do we go
smell
from jerking off to candles to the smell of your apartment? What is this drifting we're going to right now? This is.
It gets good when you drift.
Oh God.
What did we start off talking about? Oh, cheesesteaks and pizza. We went into that. So, I like a good cheesesteak after I jerk
point
off.
of this is we got to find something to review that the people would appreciate.
Well, the people have to tell us in their comments on our YouTube what you want us. I tell you guys this all the time. You can tell us what you want to review. We'll talk about it. If you want us to talk bad about somebody personally, you can put it in there and I'll roast them. We don't care about that. You good with roasting people?
You're good with roasting people. I laugh at you roasting people. But no, you're big on the YouTube. We're on numerous different. They could watch and listen to the show on numerous different platforms, which I'm continuing to educate myself on.
You're doing very good
but
job, Steve.
we're on quite a few, right?
Steve's the only child. He need the pat on the back type of guy.
No,
you did good, Steve. Go get him.
I'm just saying you push the YouTube because that's
I'm
the
old.
only thing
that's
you
the
know.
only thing I know. I'm old. He said Spotify. What's that? Let me Google it. Take all these other search cookies I had on there.
If I send you a link of how much Joe Rogan got paid by Spotify to put a show on there, you'll learn about Spotify quick.
He got paid.
What kind of big money? I know, right?
I would assume it's probably, they haven't really disclosed the numbers, but I would assume it's probably in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
How do we
Can you imagine?
To the
this is what he
101?
does. Can you imagine?
So what do we got to do? What do we got to do to get there?
You do anything?
I will do anything. There's a couple things I might not do. Depends on how big the number is. But what do we got to do to get there?
You should have started 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, he started.
Really what it was.
He started when nobody gave a shit. He had a head start. He had a lot of great connections.
Well, nobody gives a shit about us. That's close.
He got in the beginning. He had a good show, and he started it before everyone else.
He lived in LA. He had connections. He knew a lot of famous people.
And he was somewhat famous himself already.
Yeah, he had a name. He was on Fear Factor.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I got a name. My mama gave me one. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know a lot of famous. You worked with a lot of famous comics.
Yeah, but they don't know me. They don't remember me. Oh, I opened for you at the Funny Bone. Yeah. How are you? That happened the other night. We had a comedian at the. We do a live show again every Tuesday night, Laughing Fox, Magnolia, New Jersey, and we had a headliner come in, and I said, "Yo, I opened for you at Jokes and Nokes in Chicago." He went, "Oh yeah." He went, "Oh yeah." He didn't remember me.
That's what you get from horrible liars. So those are horrible liars. Couldn't fake it.
Yeah, it's tough.
But now we have merchandise. So when you give
him a shirt.
Give him a shirt.
Like that.
There you go.
People love free shit.
They love free shit. I love free shit too. I had to pay for these.
Oh, you paid for them?
Yeah, I paid for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're a believer in this shit.
I do. I do. Yeah. I didn't eat last week, so I can get these shirts together.
They are fashionable.
They're nice.
Yeah, we got them in every color, or just blue.
No, any color. Mine is actually black, but I didn't wash clothes, so I only bought 2. I want to see how they look.
I wouldn't mind wearing that.
Nice. You're going to wear it. You're going to wear it.
I don't think it comes off too creepy uncle looking if I wear it at the bar.
Creepy uncle looking.
No, I'm just saying when I go out, I would wear that.
We can have it in for the reg nights. We can get them in wife beaters. We can put them in anything you want. Anything you want. However you want to do it.
No, I say the old guy. I never wanted to be the old guy out partying and clubbing and stuff like that. And that gives it. You got to be careful what you wear out because you don't want to be judged based on your appearance, especially when you're hanging out with the younger single crowd.
Dude, I look Mexican. I get judged all the time anyway. It doesn't matter. If I shave my beard, I look like a kid. It's all kind of, I always get judged.
But you either want to look youthful or you want to look like somebody that blends in. When you start looking like the person that don't blend in, you got to stay home.
I want to look like the person that a girl wants to have sex with. That's the only thing I want to look like. I don't care about what these guys think. I want to look like I'm going to get some at the end of this night. That's what you want to look like.
No, when you stand out at anywhere you go, like when you're out and you're like the old person, you got to surrender.
When you stand out like the old person?
Yeah, like when you stand out as like the one person
Somebody's father?
that don't belong. Really? Like you could potentially be the person's dad.
We're there, dude. We're in our 30s.
Mid-30s is like...
It's there.
Yeah, you meet a 20... You're out. You're socializing with a couple people at the comedy show that might be going to college.
Yeah.
And they're all 21.
Yeah.
You could be their father. That's fucking... That is crazy. That is crazy.
That's why 30.
It happens like that.
That's why you got to get locked down in 30, just so you can guarantee you can get some. That's the whole point of it. Barry, you can guarantee if they all tell me no outside, I still got wifey. Last resort. No. Yeah, that kind of happens.
Just the past 3 years, I've been feeling like, guess what? I'm older.
You're old.
I'm old. I'm not young no more. I'm not old. Mid-30s, you're not old, you're not young. But when you start having conversations with young kid, like young guys, young girls after shows,
and you can't stand it,
and what they're talking about, you have no clue. I know some dudes from the neighborhood. They came out to a show. They were like, Steve, you're funny as shit. You know, you got to get on TikTok. And
you were like a clock?
So I go on TikTok and I'm like, there's just too much going on. when you're messing with like computers and stuff like that, and you're explaining it the way I'm explaining it right now, it's over. You're not the young guy no more. Brian brought up us maybe starting a TikTok of our show, like a page, and hiring somebody right out of high school that's about to go into college. He said they're the best people to push it. And there's like a name for that, right? What are they called? Like social media consultants?
Yeah. I don't know if you're talking about an influencer. Are you talking about an influencer? An influencer would be somebody.
That would be what they're considered.
Well, an influencer would be a person's account that has some sort of influence, like monetarily or whatever.
Ain't that some shit?
But having somebody do your social media manager, like I know how to use all the stuff, and so do you guys to a certain extent. But like some girl who's been scrolling through Instagram since she was 9.
You're forgetting that they've been.
Like I have cousins who know how to use this stuff way better than I do because their entire life they've been in it.
And especially girls, they're always on it. Social media, they
you have a daughter around that age, right?
Yeah, I got 2. They're always on it. Always on it.
There we go.
They're lazy. I wouldn't hire them. I want to hire them. They're lazy. I got to fire my daughter. You suck. You just like your mother. We got to hire somebody better. Somebody better.
Dude, that's crazy. But she probably knows. But she tells me
about TikTok. She actually helps my fiance with her business. Like, no, you got to get on here. My fiance, she's old like me. She calls it TikTok. I was like, you just got a wrinkle. Just call it TikTok. You just showed it. You just grew a wrinkle.
My grandpa calls Instagram Instabook. I'm like, that's a good app.
You know, Facebook is for old people now. My daughter told me that Facebook, that's for old people. What are you talking about? Old people?
Bro.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to add the TikTok symbol on the shirt.
We got to do it. How would we do it?
What do you got? You got Facebook, YouTube. We got to get on TikTok.
You know, we could do our first. Isn't TikTok like you do one thing and then something else, like the flip of it? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, you can do. There's a bunch of different.
Yeah, but you can do
that are on there.
You could do highlight clips like of our show.
We could do a before and after. Before he was on his diet and after, we could slide it. You could put his favorite dish right there. I'm on a diet, and then after, and it's clean and you're large. That'll be great. Do it for the job.
See, I was gonna be nice, treat you to lunch after the show. You know what? Go to hell.
Of course, he's gonna treat me to lunch.
Go to
hell. Nah, but we do got to get on it. We gotta. You can put clips on there. How long are the clips?
You can do 15 seconds or 60 seconds.
That's fine. I made my daughter in 10 seconds. I can do that. I can do that.
Getting very scientific on the cast, buddy.
I'm educated. I want the people to know. But yeah, we got to do what we're definitely going to do. Did we tell the people about our skits? We're going to start doing skits.
Yeah, you brought that up in a previous episode.
Oh, okay, I'm old. I forget.
We just started filming some sketches. You called them. You call them skits.
That's the first word.
That's all.
That's the first word.
That's old man shit. Skits. They're sketches.
Get some sketches. What's the difference? What is the difference, and who changed it?
Do you get mad when people come up to you at a day job or on like that know you do comedy and say, "Oh, add that to your comedy routine"?
Yeah.
Or that's a bit for you. Don't you hate when people say that?
I'll tell you another thing I hate. They'll tell you a joke that they think is funny and be like, you can have it if you want it. It's like, I don't even want it. You that's not worth stealing. I swear to God.
My dad, I know I talk a lot about my father, my stand-up, but I was catching up with him on the holidays. He got me so good in front of everybody. I'm sitting there, we're eating, it's quiet. And he's like, I guess comedy is nothing going on now in the pandemic. And I'm like, nah, Dad, I started a podcast and, we're still doing a show on Tuesdays. We're only allowed to have in this venue that we're doing in Jersey. We can only fit 40 people down there. It's safe. Everybody's social distancing. And then I said, but the problem right now that I'm running doing comedy coming into it 10 years is, and right before I say anything, he goes, what, that you're not funny? And I just like, Jesus Christ. My
you should have said no, then I'm gonna have to move back in.
Wait a second. So my grandfather's there and he's like, you should put your father on the podcast.
That would be great. We should do that.
Yeah, when we were doing the AC Jokes podcast, we had Merck's dad.
Oh my God,
it was fantastic.
He crushed.
Yeah, it was great.
We should do that.
Yeah, it was great.
I can borrow, and you can do yours, and then I can borrow a dad, and I can bring one up here. I can bring one up here. We can do it. It would be fun to have your dad up here.
Fun for you. Fun for you and Brian. Oh man!
What do you think?
My father's very witty and very quick. I half of my acts just my father breaking my balls.
That's what
and
fathers
people love
do.
it.
That's what fathers do.
Self-deprecation, you cannot go wrong in comedy. I don't care what anybody says.
It does.
Everybody says that's old school stand-up. Guess what?
People love it.
I'm doing what I do. I bring my father's abuse toward me to the stage.
Just do. But
because it is humor.
Here's what I like. And in my set, I do a lot of self-deprecation, and I do it first. But I like to do self-deprecation, and I don't know what the opposite of that. But I'm just going to, and then y'all deprecation too. I'm not just going to talk about myself like I'm the only one got problems. I'm going to talk about y'all too. Y'all going to get some of this too.
But you're naturally a trash talker off stage. So you do what you do.
But that's the thing I'm talking about with comedy. I hate when people like they love laughing at other people, but then when you bring it to them, now it's not funny and you shouldn't say that and all that kind of stuff. I don't like doing that. I talk about y'all, I talk about me, I talk about everybody, and you're gonna get it. You don't like it, get out and leave. You already paid. I got your money. I don't care.
Well, stand up really shouldn't have no rules.
It should be no limits.
And that's crazy how quick. We don't realize how long we've been grinding at this thing, but
for free.
No, real talk. We love the craft of stand-up comedy, But what's changed in the past couple of years is when me and you initially started, there wasn't that much of a canceled culture.
Yeah.
There wasn't much of it. So the stand-up that we knew, we didn't think we were going to get involved into
censorships.
Exactly. Something in which I might say something that can get me and other people in trouble or make somebody feel bad. Like, we're not into comedy to make people... I don't know about you. I didn't get into stand-up to make people feel bad. I want a reaction out of them.
No, you're supposed...
Stand-up's supposed to take chances.
Yeah, you can make them feel bad. I don't mind about that. That's a reaction. Exactly. But the thing about people's feelings, people need to understand, that's your feelings. They're not mine. How am I supposed to know how you're going to feel if I don't even know you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Walk out of the show if it's that bad.
Yeah.
Or change the channel. Or
you can change the channel.
Or don't listen.
That's the thing about these kids these days, though. Another thing about comedy, everybody wants things fast. When you're doing stand-up, you got to get to that punchline quick. Like they don't mess around.
The audience
you're not funny, yeah, especially up front. If you're not like, I saw one kid, he tried to scroll past me like I was on the phone. I was like, I ain't going nowhere. What are you doing? You can't scroll past me up here. It's jokes. I've got to wait till I get to the punchline.
Yeah, I think in today's times, the most hurtful thing is when you're up on stage, you're killing, or you're doing well.
You think you're killing.
You think you're doing well, and then you look out into the crowd, you drift into another joke, and there's just 6 people looking at their cell phones. It's like,
and they do it like, you have to grab people's attention. That's why I like crowd work.
It's the new heckle. I think I brought that up in a previous episode.
It's the new heckle. I would actually rather get booed. I can work with an
old school boo.
An old school boo. You suck. Get off there. I would, because then I can react to that. But when it's silence, you don't know what to do with that. But be quiet with them now. You got to shut up.
But how
with
you
them.
get heckled with a podcast is comments or dislikes. But it's funny.
I don't like the dislikes. Say something bad about
No, I'm
me.
just saying that's with the internet. You got to be able to handle that. And there's nowadays. I heard I forget what comic it was. Somebody at the top, really famous, and he said how, people will DM the higher up you go, the more criticism you're going to get. And he would get DMs from people that were upset with his content, call him like fat or say, "Oh, that thing you said was racist, this and that," and he would text them back, like message them back, answer their DMs or their comments with a sad emoji. And the internet troll, which I call them, would just react like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was just," they more sense want to communicate with somebody. You get what I'm saying?
Why didn't they just say hi?
The premise of it wasn't to be a dick. They wanted a reaction out of you, the person that they're saying does this. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? As soon as you send a sad emoji, you didn't go off on them. I'm not trying. You didn't give them an explanation. They just wanted a reaction out of you. And the minute you send that sad emoji, they apologize. No, I was just joking.
Okay. Well, if you guys want a reaction out of me, subscribe.
And another crazy thing that I thought was interesting is when I opened for a comedian out in the Funny Bone last year, he said to me,
"It's not the one that you beat up, right?"
No, it's
a different one.
No, I didn't beat up nobody. I just scared him. But he said that if you're going to put content on YouTube, I don't care if it's your stand-up, I don't care if it's a podcast, anything like that, post it and ghost it. He said,
post it and ghost it.
He said, and he heard that on Rogan. Post it and ghost it. Post it. Don't read the comments. Don't look at the likes. Let your art do what it does, and just not be in your head.
That's what I do. That's why I don't watch our podcast after this. I don't. Whatever I say it, what I say it, and then I leave. That's it. I don't go back and look at it again.
But we want you to watch and listen.
Yes, you do it. Don't do what I do. Do as I say.
Enjoy your weekend, guys. Thank you.
Every Thursday, check us out. And if you want a shirt, leave comments. And I promise I won't leave a sad face on there.
See you guys.
Till next Thursday.
Bye-bye.